Yapıyordum her şeyi. Kalem çalışıyordum. So, welcome to our presentation.
Tamam.
So, shall we start? Today, me and my colleague Osman will present you to how to integrate a different kind of integration method. We call it Monte Carlo integration method. And in this task, we will demonstrate you something interesting, not the conventional or traditional method. This is a really interesting integration method, and it depends on the series. With the sum of the series, you have to consider x and y the parameters. Our aim is to solve the problem. Is to we using random numbers generated with the x and y parameters. And my colleague Osman will show you in the first dimensional, and then we will move on the second dimensional, and we will briefly introduce you the Monte Carlo integration, and then we will continue to introduce you the GUI and the main program, the essential program which has written by us, Osman and me. So let's move on.
Okay. Thank you, Sencer. Monte Carlo term originally comes from Monte Carlo city, and Monte Carlo is an attractive city, especially roulette and such other games which play with random numbers. The aim of the methods is to solve mathematics and physical problems, and in order to solve the problems, we can make similarities. And now I will demonstrate one-dimensional integration method, and according to the logic of the integration, we can calculate the area under the function related with x-axis, and if you know boundaries.
Yeah, boundaries.
And Sencer will solve the simple integration to show you how we can calculate integration.
Okay. Now, when we actually look at the let's say not the boundary, but when we consider the logic of the integration, the first task is to divide with the n number of the area between the B and the A edges. And let's say we divide these two boundaries with n values, and we sum all these rectangles depending on the function under the curve. And here you can see the xi with the series, the two boundaries between the B and B. And in this task, all the rectangles is depend on, actually we call all the h values in B minus I over n. The n is equal to the divided number, and the B and the A is the different kind of two boundaries. So the summation is we usually use the summation, the main integration method. We start from A and we sum all the rectangles one by one. And you can see here, this is the first dimensional Monte Carlo integration method. In the Monte Carlo integration method, the method told us that you have to sum all the variables depending on this value. The sum of the integral is start from 1 to n and is equal to division number, and the fxc is equal. Fxc means the series, the sequence which we have to sum. And the B minus A, as you can see on the graph, this is the two different boundaries. So this is the first dimensional Monte Carlo method. And for multi-dimensional method, we have to sum the. Let's concentrate on the second dimensional method. Let's say we have boundaries from A to B, from C to D, from C to D. According to this idea, we have an area in the second dimension like this one, and for each column we divided into n values. These are the dx for each rectangle, and the main idea for the second dimensional divided in dy value. So the sum of the when we sum start from the a and we sum the dx parameters, and of course we start from the d and we sum the dy parameters, we will get the area. Then we have in this task, this is just the notation of the Monte Carlo integration method. Here you can see actually this is the main idea. The Monte Carlo integration depend on the e and I and g. These are just we use it in the loops for loops. I and g. So let's move on to the next one.
Yes.
How to use the program. My colleague Osman will show you how we can use the GUI, and then we will move on to codes. What codes we have used, and what we have mentioned almost everything.
Okay. As you know, our purpose is to calculate how we can calculate double integral with Monte Carlo method, and here you can see GUI, and we have y-axis boundaries and x-axis boundaries. Also we have n value, and here is from function section. You can write here is function section, and you can write any kind of function here. And when we push the integrate button, you will see result here, and also we can get graph in here, and also we have error. Here is an example. Here y boundaries from 2 to 4 and x boundaries from 2 to 3, and we have this function which shows this function and x squared plus 3y, and n value we chose n value is equal to 1000, and when we push button the integrate, we can get this result and this error, also this graph. And another example, it's almost same. We chose again y boundaries from 2 to 4 and x boundaries from 1 to 3, and this function x plus y, and n value again 1000. When we push the button the integrate, and we can get this result and this error and also this graph.
And here are the codes. In the course, during the course, first of all, we imagine that we can calculate, we can use the simple integration method. As you see, we start from the a, and we sum all the values from dx plus the second dx, 3dx, and we reach when we reach the b, we will get the area. But the Monte Carlo integration method wants us to write a series depend on x and y value, and then we have to sum this x and y value, and we will get and we might get the main code. So in this task, this is the x series, and the result is equal to this is the main idea. This is the main idea of the integration method. Let me introduce you. Let's say we have a xi and yi. This is our series, and the Monte Carlo method wants us to calculate c to d over n. Wants us to calculate this mathematical problem. So the result in this result section, we have x values and we have y values. Okay. It's just 30 seconds. But at the end, we also use this strcat and eval function. These are really important. Why? Because in the GUI we cannot write any kind of numbers. We have to use x, y, and different kind of parameters. So in order to do that, we write here the str and eval function. The str code is we combine the codes from strings, and the eval function is execute the string codes into the MATLAB function. Mr. Osek, I think we have a question.
Yes, but firstly maybe colleagues, do you have
Do you
any
have any
questions?
questions?
Questions from students?
Okay, you don't need to ask any kind of question because we really hard work on the hard projects, so we can answer all kind of questions if you have.
Why I don't have any questions? You didn't understand anything or you know everything? So there are two options.
Actually, they understood everything. That's why they have no question.
I've got one question.
Okay.
Can you go back to the slide with the GUI working? The first, no, the next slide.
Next slide.
I've
We are also, let me show you.
got some concerns about the correctness of this graph because you wrote the function x squared, yes? It is x squared plus 3y.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that really the graph of this function? I'm not sure.
Actually, we have used in the task.
What is the x-axis in your graph?
That's a good question. First of all, let me show you. The mesh function one has to calculate the x, one has to write x and y, x, y, and z value. We use the z value is equal to x squared plus y squared in the square root. So according to this idea, we use the function and the x value from 2 to 4, and this is the y boundaries, and this is the z boundaries.
Okay, so the x-axis is this.
X-axis in this one, yeah, right.
So,
and the y-axis.
So I think it's not working properly because in your graph x is not changing; it's constant, and it should be a parabolic shape.
Yeah, that might cause it. That might cause.
Because I'm asking because once I encountered a problem with reading the functions from the text field, maybe you've got the same problem. Okay, can you show us the code of this?
Yeah,
program?
sure. Is it possible to connect my laptop to or?
It won't be so easy. The MATLAB is open.
But I have to upload it on the from.
Okay, so what I want to see is the part of the code is responsible for reading the function from the text field and transferring it to the MATLAB.
We use STR to not use teachers. Question. Could you give an attention for a few seconds? We related STR to num to get the values from the strings m and p t value, and this is the division number. It means equal to n. The sonuç means equal to the Turkish. This is a Turkish word. It means the result. And strcat they connect the strings to each other, and the eval function execute the string into MATLAB function. And this is the sum. The result, actually the main result, Monte series equal to FU. We created the FU series in here, and then we show I wanted to show this result after the calculation into GUI in the result section on the right side.
Okay.
I found some examples about this STR cut and the eval, and yeah, that's all.
Okay, anyway, we will analyze the program later. Okay, so I've got one more question, but maybe to your colleague.
Okay,
Sure. Only you are talking so far. Because that was also one of the requests from the program, from the report requirement to indicate how did you verify your program. So probably you took some, how did you verify the correctness of the validity of the program? Did you verify it with integration by another method or?
Yeah, integration.
Mathematical
Sencer.
Use mathematical integration method and found some actually Sencer together study.
And did you how accurate is your integration method comparing to the standard integration method, for example? Did you check did you took certain function, check it by your program, and check it calculate analytically, for example, and what's the difference in the result? What's the quality?
All the codes and I don't know how.
Do you have any?
Yeah, we have. Actually, it depends on the code. For example, the for the x plus y function, I think 50,000 n is equal to 50,000 is satisfy our condition to. For example, when we write into n 50,000, we will get the same result after 50,000. 100,000, 1 million, it's almost the same. The progress doesn't change. And for the x square plus 3y, I think 100,000 or 500,000 satisfy our condition. That means we checked it.
Okay.
And we also, my colleagues Osman told us that the Osman knows, at least little knows how to use Mathematica program. So we check all the parameters from Mathematica. And also we calculated by handwriting. That's why we use some not difficult problem, x plus y, the x squared plus 3y.
Okay. Well, thank you
So
very much.
thanks so much.